Hi, my name is Mikey Carey, and this is my term paper presentation for our long-term care course. Um, so let's get started. So I did my paper on safeguarding the rights of long-term care residents. And basically, long-term care facilities are for individuals who cannot live on their own. They need some type of care, cannot be by themselves 24/7. And it's really important because it's for an extended period of time. And many of these individuals may not have family to check on them, or they do have family, but their family can't check on them every day. So, making sure that their rights are honored and they are treated like human beings is super important. And this topic in general, I'm just super passionate about because I do work in a group home and I do care for women who do not have family that come and check on them. And it's very easy for any of the staff, any of my coworkers, myself included, to mistreat them because nobody's coming to check on them. But that's why I'm so passionate about it, because it's important that they are treated like humans and that they know their rights and that their rights are being honored. Basically, throughout this paper, I do an overview of long-term care facilities and the long-term care ombudsman's program. And let's just jump right into that. So, why is safeguarding these individuals' rights so important? Well, it ensures dignity, it ensures respect, quality of life for the residents. At the end of the day, these are people, and it can happen to anybody where you might need to go into a long-term care facility because you don't have family that can take care of you 24/7. So, if it was you, you would also want your rights to be honored and you would want to be treated like a human being and you would want to be respected. So I just always like to put myself in that mindset that these are humans and they deserve respect. You also want to protect the residents from abuse, neglect, and exploitation. So, like I said, some of these people don't have family to come check on them. It's very easy for staff to be negligent, to abuse them because they're having a bad day or they're understaffed, and just exploit them. So, I'm sure, like, we're all on social media. This is the day and age of social media. You see people that work in these long-term care facilities post their patients doing things that may go viral because it's funny, but that's not right. They should not be exploited in that way at all, especially if they don't even know that it's going on the internet. So that's also very important as well. And then it also promotes autonomy and informed decision making. So it allows these individuals to know, their rights as for what medical treatments they want, what care they want to receive, how they want to receive it, so that they can maintain their individuality even though they are in a long-term care facility. So some common rights of residents, because I feel like this isn't super known. You might be like, well, what rights are supposed to be protected, right? Well, these residents have a right to privacy and confidentiality. So their business and their health information should not just be spread to anybody. It has to be, confidential. They have a right to make independent choices, whether that be if they want to stay in bed or if they want to get up and do an activity or if they want to enjoy something that you might not feel like helping them do. They have the right to have their own independent choices. You're not allowed to tell them no and take that right from them. They also have the right to be free from abuse and restraints. So, as unfortunate as it is, these residents can end up being restrained in their bed all day because staff doesn't want to deal with them, or maybe they're understaffed and it's just easier to restrain them. But of course, is that any type of quality of life to have as a human? No. So that right has to be protected as well. And then they have a right to participate in their own care plans and be involved in the care that they're receiving. So, they should have a plan that is gone over with them, that they agree to, that is going to improve them and make them satisfied in the level of care that they're receiving. So, as important as long-term care facilities are, because people need them, there are people that need care 24/7, or more times than family members or other people can help provide. So these facilities are important, but there's many challenges in them. None of them are perfect. One of them being a prevalence of abuse and neglect, limited awareness and understanding of residents' rights, staffing issues, and resource limitations in facilities. So I can even speak from my own group home. When I first got there, we were super understaffed, and I was working overtime. I was working 50, 60 hours every week. And, when you're tired and you're understaffed like that, it's easy to maybe neglect, your individuals that you're caring for and, not be as on top of your game as you should be. So that's why it's super important that these long-term care facilities can be staffed and that the staff knows these residents' rights and that they are aware not to abuse them or neglect them. Like, all of that is super important. And there are really common challenges in long-term care facilities that need to be fixed. So also in my paper, after I explained all of that, I want to talk about the long-term care ombudsman's program. And basically, that plays a vital role in advocating for the rights of long-term care residents. It was established under the Older Americans Act, and the program basically aims to resolve problems related to health, safety, welfare, and rights of individuals residing in long-term care facilities. Now, you might say, how does this work? How is it implemented? What are the parameters of this, right? Well, one of the primary focuses of the LTCOP, which is just Long-Term Care Ombudsman's Program, is to advocate on behalf of residents. So ombudsmen work to resolve complaints made by or on behalf of residents about the quality of care or violations of their rights. These complaints can range from issues such as inadequate care, poor living conditions, violations of privacy, to more severe cases of abuse and neglect, of course. So ombudsmen conduct thorough investigations into these complaints, facilitate the discussions between residents and facility staff, and then they seek to achieve amicable resolutions and restore residents' rights and improve their quality of life. So as you can see, this is super important because it's kind of like a bridge between, the residents and the staff, and making sure that, the residents' rights are being respected, and that if it's not, they can step in and be that bridge to figure out, okay, hey, what's going on and how can we fix this? And then when to involve LTCOP? Well, the LTCOP should be involved at various stages to ensure the rights of long-term care residents are upheld. So there's an admission process stage, which is where they can provide information to new residents and their families about their rights and what to expect from the facility. And then there's the regular monitoring. So continuous involvement through routine visits and helps monitor care quality and prevent issues from escalating. Then when complaints arise, of course, and that's when residents or their families can contact them and when they encounter problems or feel their rights are being violated. And then during facility transitions, where they can be involved when residents transition between facilities or levels of care to ensure community appropriateness of care, or continual appropriateness of care, And then, of course, policy changes. So the program should engage when there are proposed changes in a facility, policies, or state regulations to advocate for residents' best interests. So basically, I went over all of that about the LTCOP and when it should be involved and, step by step throughout the paper, like I kind of mentioned in the PowerPoint slide. And then to summarize everything together, basically the importance of safeguarding the rights of individuals in long-term care facilities cannot be overstated. So the LTCOP's role in protecting these rights is vital and multifaceted in addressing immediate concerns and fostering systemic improvements. By prioritizing the dignity and well-being of long-term care residents, we can work towards a more just and compassionate care system that truly respects and honors those who depend on it. This is an ongoing commitment to advocacy And oversight will help ensure that every individual in long-term care lives in an environment that is safe, supportive, and respectful of their rights. And I have a PowerPoint made as well, and it has my references, and I will put that down below. Thank you very much.